this video, I'm going to build the entire Apple lineup at 1:1 scale using Lego. Everything is recreated with bricks, including some major unreleased products. Alright, let's get started. The first thing I make is the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I start by using orange corner and base plates to build a rounded corner frame, and this is the signature Pro color. Then I build the screen with colorful jumper plates, and it's already starting to feel like a real iPhone. Next, I add all kinds of tiles to represent the apps and widgets, and once I finish them all, the $1,000 iPhone is done. This one's weather, this one's notes, and of course the dynamic island. On the side, I add the power button. The volume buttons go on the other side, and the charging port sits at the bottom. This generation of iPhone puts all its signature features on the back. The two-tone back cover and the massive camera bump with 3 lenses and a flash. Now let's test it out and see what the camera is really capable of.
Wow!
Look at that cute little kitten! And of course, the next one is the iPad. I'm about to turn this old iPad mini into a brand new brick-built iPad Pro. They look just like a pair of twin brothers. Since the iPad screen is bigger than the iPhone's, I can add a lot more details. For example, the apps. 4 quarter-round tiles represent Google. 1 quarter-round tile is YouTube. This one is Roblox, and this one, you all know it, is Minecraft. I also built a world clock widget for New York, Toronto, and Beijing. At the very top is the big contacts widget. This is my dad, this is my mom, this is my brother, and my sister. There's a piece of lettuce stuck in my sister's teeth. As a gentleman, I've got to protect her image, so let's go help her clean it up. Great, nice and clean. As for the 5 girls in the row below, they're my crushes from kindergarten all the way to college. Even though they've always been in my contacts, they've never actually reached out to me. Next up, I'm building a pro-level wearable device, the Vision Pro. Based on its overall structure, I put together 4 main parts: the laminated glass, the aluminum frame, the light seal, and the headband. Put them all together, and we get what Apple officially calls a spatial computing headset today. To make it wearable, I use a bunch of 1x2 rounded plates to weave a headband that can bend any way I want. Now let's try it on and see if it's wearable. Great, it actually works, and it fits perfectly on my head and looks super sci-fi and futuristic. But as a headset, it's just too heavy, and wearing it for even just a while makes my neck hurt. To fix this problem, I bought some balloons and then tied them to the Vision Pro. The balloons float in the air, taking some pressure off my head. Honestly, it instantly feels much lighter and I won't really get tired at all. After the Vision Pro, let's now make another one, the Apple Watch. The 2 L bars can connect 1x1 2/3 bricks together, and with this trick, I build the frame for Apple Watch. Then I add some colorful tiles on the screen, and just like that, a watch case full of apps is done. Next, I'll make a watch band using the exact same technique as the Vision Pro headband. Snap it onto the case, and I'd say we've successfully recreated the Apple Watch. Besides the watch, I also make myself a pair of AirPods. The ear cups are basically just blank mini figureheads. Okay, I'm all geared up now. I'm gonna put on my new smartwatch and AirPods, listen to some music, and go for a run. After a full lap, let's see how many calories I actually burned. 0! Alright, Brick Buddies, time to level up the challenge. I'm going big with one of Apple's largest devices, the MacBook Pro. The display panel is already done, and it's 16 inches. After that, I'll need a ton of colorful tiles to create a vibrant, detailed screen. Now you can see that inside the black frame is our desktop. There are the usual apps inside the dock area. The status bar shows system icons, and I also recreated the camera in the middle. I add a row of hinges at the bottom to connect the 2 parts. Building the keyboard part also takes a ton of basic bricks, just to match the size of the screen. Above the trackpad, I place 6 rows of black tiles to create a Lego keyboard that's almost identical to a real MacBook layout. On the sides, I use 1x2 grill tiles to make the speakers. The sound is actually pretty good. For the final step, let's put the screen and the body together. And with that, I declare that we've successfully finished the MacBook Pro. Looking at it, I still can't believe it's made entirely out of Lego. I'm gonna reward myself by watching a horror movie on it. Since the MacBook speakers are busted and can't play music anymore, let's build a HomePod instead. We need 22 sets of hinge bricks, which we alternate to make 2 rows. After carefully connecting the 2 ends together, we get a ring base. Then let's add a layer of pillar bricks around it to create a cylinder just like the HomePod. But the problem is, it's super unstable and deforms even at the slightest touch, which drives me crazy. So I decided to connect each corresponding hinge with long plates, which makes it look like a spiral staircase, but a really sturdy one. Next, I filled in the sides while leaving some studs exposed on the outside, and I covered all these studs with long plates for a second layer of reinforcement. Then I used wedge and tiles to make a circular top. Just like that, the HomePod is finally done. Placed in the living room, it looks just like the real thing from a distance. Siri, play some music. Siri, play me a song! Well, it can't play music either. For For the next one, I'm stepping it up again and going all out to build a full Apple desktop setup all by myself. I chose to start with the biggest piece, the studio display itself. I build the 4 sides first, then put them together to form the display frame and help set the overall dimensions, which are 62.4 centimeters by 36.3 centimeters, nearly the same as the real thing. Finishing this huge screen really takes a ton of base plates and tiles. I create a bold hello right in the center, a classic touch from the Apple ecosystem. It's not finished yet though. After finishing the front part, I move on to the back where I need to add the classic Apple logo. Then it's time to put these 2 big panels together. I use clip plates to make a bunch of connectors with studs on both sides. Place the connectors between the 2 panels and press them together. It takes a bit of force to get everything locked in nice and tight. At this point, we finally finished this massive display. Put a minifigure on top and I bet he would definitely be afraid of heights. But after finishing the stand, I noticed something really unfortunate. I tried to support the display with the stand, but the display was just way too heavy. No matter how I carefully mounted it, I couldn't get it to stand up. So in this case, I had no choice but to figure out another way. So I decided to build 2 Mac Studios instead, and then put one on each side of the display, using them as sturdy support to hold it up safely. I know it's not exactly common to have 2 Mac Studios on the desk, but on the other hand, it'll definitely make you look rich. We're almost there, just the keyboard and mouse left. Using the same method as the MacBook keyboard, I successfully recreate a full-size Magic Keyboard. As for the Magic Mouse, it's easier and only takes a dozen or so curved bricks. Put them all together and our Apple desktop setup challenge is complete. Wait a second, I just realized I missed something important. Every Mac Studio has an Apple logo and I forgot to add it. Luckily, I still have the logo stickers included in Apple's packaging, and they come right in handy here. I stick them right in the center of the Mac Studio's lid, and it fits perfect. Maybe these stickers are some kind of hidden feature created by Apple and Lego. Very interesting, so I decided to make one too. I added hinge bricks inside the Mac Studio lid, which basically turns it into a little piggy bank. It actually has a lot of space, so you can stash plenty of cash in there. Hide your secret savings inside and no one will ever find it. If you've got a lot of coins, building an Apple TV might be a much better choice, since it's the perfect size for storing them. Just make a simple slot on top and you can drop all your coins right in. And when you really need the money, just smash it open like a real piggy bank. You'll get all the coins out. And the final device is the one everyone's been waiting for, the rumored iPhone Fold, which hasn't been released yet. I've gathered all the leaked information online and tried to recreate it with Lego and release it ahead of Apple. I start by using dozens of 1x2 snot bricks to build the cover screen side. You can tell the proportions are a bit chunky, but it actually feels pretty good in hand. The camera side is the same size as the screen cover, featuring a camera module similar to the iPhone Air, but with 1 extra lens. Then using hinges to connect the 2 halves, we finish creating this mysterious iPhone Fold. When it's unfolded compared to the iPhone 17 Pro Max we built earlier, it's just slightly longer than the iPhone 17 Pro Max and about 3/4 as wide. The process of unfolding the main display is just like opening a book. The main display is about 7.7 inches, kind of like a mini iPad in landscape mode. What's even cooler is that Apple is rumored to completely get rid of the fold crease, so the whole screen feels unbelievably smooth. Arguably one of the most unique iPhones ever, and I bet the price would be crazy as well. If the future iPhone Fold really end up looking like this, would you still pay for it? Alright, actually no sponsors for this video. Thanks for watching, I'm EL Bricks, and I'll see you in the next one.